Welcome back, familia, to NorthsideLDN. Sos filhos da puta. What a performance. Arsenal 6, Sheffield United 0. What a performance. From the first minute. Listen, this is a game. This is how I want to watch football. É isso que eu quero ver, filhos da puta. Yeah? Absolutely dominated this game. A game where you look at it and you think, we could have easily won this game 10-0. Easily, with the chances that we missed. Chances that there were so many chances that we missed, and yet we still won 6-0. Listen, I've criticized this manager a lot. I've criticized some of these players a lot. But when there's praise to give, I will give praise. I've no problem giving praise. And today, they're worth praising. I'm in a great mood. What a great performance. And I needed this as well because Benfica got slapped up against Sporting and they got slapped up yesterday 5-0 against Porto. So I kind of needed this. But what a performance. What a performance today. Saka from the first minute hitting the crossbar. The intent, actually taking on the fullback, which is what I've been asking of Saka, to take on the fullback more. Don't always look for Odegaard in the 1-2 passes. Sometimes go at the defender, go at the fullback, ask questions of him. And he was absolutely cooking today. That filho da puta, this Sheffield United team got absolutely put in a spliff. These filhos da puta need to get relegated. These lot are trash. They are trash. I am sorry. We put, bro, the jogo acabou. The game was already in the bin by halftime. It was done. It was done. These filhos da puta offered nothing. They offered nothing going forward. They had no intent to attack us. I don't even know if they even had a shot on target. Did they even have any shots? How many shots did they have all game? I don't remember seeing any shots. Listen, today was absolutely immaculate. Even when we made our substitutions, we continued to put the pressure on them. We continued to ask questions of their defense. All they could do is 2 banks of 4. Listen, estamos aqui, vamos celebrar, filhos da puta. Estamos aqui, caramba. Do you know what I mean? We have to celebrate, man. Listen, when the team plays well and we get the right result, I'm happy. I'm happy, man. I'm happy. Listen, it is what it is. A lot of times people say, oh, what will it take for me to be happy? I want to see great performances. I want to see great wins. And there was something I said about this team. I said, listen, when we beat Liverpool, I want it to push us to go and use that momentum to win other games. And since we beat Liverpool, we've been performing. I have to keep it real. We've been performing really, really well. The team is performing really well. The way the manager's also managing the games is correct. You know, getting off Saka, getting off Martinelli, was slapping them up so much that we could rest them a little bit. You know what I mean? The game was done. Give minutes to Fabio Vieira. That came on. And I thought actually Fabio Vieira was half decent. It was actually half decent. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. It's nice to watch a game and once again and be like, you know what? I was actually just annoyed that we didn't score more. But I was actually happy. You know what I mean? That's a good thing to be annoyed about. Your team is slapping up a team and you're like, go for number 7, go for number 8, go for number 9. Look how many chances we got in front of goal. Do you know what I'm saying? Jesus could have scored another goal. Do you know what I'm saying? Saka could have scored even more. Martinelli could have scored even more. You know what I'm saying? Havertz could have scored even more goals. This is what I'm saying, man. Listen, great performance. And I know they're not an amazing team. I know Sheffield United are not an amazing team. By no means am I saying they're an amazing team. But the way we played, we opened them up. And for me, I have to give props to players when I see them doing the things I want them to do. Saka today, excellent at taking on his man, at being direct, taking his shots when he needs to take on his shots, and also linking up play. Great from Saka today, and I have to give him a lot of props today. Havertz, I'm not a big fan of Havertz. Everybody already knows I'm not a big fan of Havertz, but that filho da puta today actually played decently. He played well, Havertz, today. His link-up play, the desire, actually running at players. Do you know what I mean? His control on the ball. Listen, I think Havertz did very, very well. Took his goal very well as well. Listen, I can't lie. There was not much for me to complain about Havertz. There was one chance in the box. It was a long ball by Saliba. I felt like Havertz could have controlled. If he controlled it, he would have been one-on-one in the box with the goalkeeper, and he could have slotted it, and he could have had a brace today. But overall, I actually think Havertz was decent today. His link-up play was very good. His work ethic was a lot better. And listen, long may it continue. At the end of the day, I don't rate the player overall. But if he performs for my football club, I'm happy. At the end of the day, I just care about Arsenal winning and Arsenal being title winners at the end of the season. So, listen, long may it continue. I don't want players to fail. I don't want players not to do well. I can have my opinions on certain players. I still don't feel like Havertz is the level. But lately, he's been actually putting up decent performances. Today, he played well. If he plays well, I'll say he plays well. And today he played well. I think Havertz did very well. He wasn't just letting the game go by him. He wasn't getting roughed up on the ball. He wasn't falling around on the floor. Today he was actually playing well. He was actually dropping in deep, receiving the ball, letting it, releasing it to the wingers and linking up play properly, getting into dangerous areas, getting in the box, being in dangerous situations. And actually, he should have actually had 2 goals. He should have had 2 goals today. I think he was very good. Listen, it is against Sheffield United, but at the end of the day, that's who we're playing. You still have to perform. You still have to perform. Even though it's Sheffield United, and even though we are the heavy favourites, and even though they're a team that's destined to go down, you still have to perform. So if you perform, I'll give you props. And that's how it goes. Martinelli today as well. Excellent for Martinelli. Taking on the fullback, running at defenders, being in the box, being in dangerous situations, also releasing the ball at the same time. Every time Declan Rice was making runs, he was finding Declan Rice and was linking up with Declan Rice. Every time we saw good runs from Havertz, he was releasing the ball. He wasn't being selfish, but at the same time, Martinelli was taking the shots when he needed to, and he was taking shots at the right time. I think Martinelli played very well today. Very well. So big up to Martinelli. Big up to Martinelli. A lot of times he ponders on the ball, doesn't release the ball fast enough. Sometimes he takes a lot too long to release the ball or make up his mind what he wants to do. Today, Martinelli was way more instinctive, releasing the ball a lot faster, linking up play a lot faster, running at defenders, but also his decision-making in the final third today was a lot faster. A lot faster. The way we were counter-attacking as well. Listen, I need to get onto the man of the match. And this is another player that I've been criticizing. A player that I've criticized a lot at times. I think he goes missing in certain games. I think sometimes he plays the safe pass. Well, guess what? Today, Martin Odegaard, man of the match. Man of the match, caramba. Man of the match. Odegaard today was pivotal to everything that we were doing today. Pivotal. The way he was getting the ball, he wasn't playing the safe pass. He was looking up for Martinelli. He was looking for Odegaard. He was looking for Havertz. He was looking for Saka, spraying the ball, pushing the ball around, not pondering on the ball, not allowing Sheffield to get back into the defensive shape. He was direct. He was playing direct football today. Received the ball, not taking 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 touches. No, releasing the ball faster. And he was literally pivotal. Odegaard today was literally pivotal to everything that we were doing today. And he deserves praise because I've criticized him on that aspect. And long may he continue. Listen, if he goes back to playing these safe passes and breaking down our counter-attacks and not looking for the front three and giving service to the front three, then that's going to be another conversation. And I'll get onto him. But today, he performed well, caramba. Tem que ser sincero, epa. É isso que eu quero ver. É assim que se joga futebol. É assim que eu quero ver, só filhos da puta. This is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. This team looks a lot more fluid and a lot more dangerous when we play quick 1-2 football. We're direct. We look for our runners and we play the ball. And I think Odegaard was absolutely immense. This guy played excellently the whole game. The whole game, the tempo did not drop off. Did not drop off. Even in the second half, he was still looking for Jesus. He was still linking up play. He was still looking for the wingers. He was still looking to create stuff to score more goals. That is what I call a captain performance. A captain should be performing for 90 minutes. A captain should be effective for 90 minutes. He should be doing things to affect the game, doing things to score more goals if he's an attacking player. And for me, I think Odegaard was absolutely excellent. His weight of passing today, his vision today, everything. The way he was getting, even the way he took his goal. Once again, the first goal, he receives it in the box, I think it takes a touch, and then he just strikes it straight away. We've seen earlier on in the season, there's been times where Odegaard takes 1 touch, 2 touch, 3 touch in the box, and all of a sudden the defender closes him down and blocks off the angle. Today, é isso que eu quero ver, filho da puta. É isso. É isso. Chuta, não demora tempo, não leva tempo aí a falar, a demorar tempo por nenhuma razão. Chuta a bola. That is what I want to see. Shoot it first time. That is what I want to see. And today, gotta give him props. Gotta give him props. Because today, I think Odegaard was pivotal to everything that we were doing. Everything that we were doing. Jorginho, I think, did the basics today very well. Kept the ball ticking over. Was good in his passing. I actually think his passing got better in the second half. That long ball, I think it was the long ball into Havertz, I think it was. Or was it into Saka? I got to check. But he started spraying the ball the way he was in the last game. I think in the first half, it was more Odegaard that was spraying them long diagonal balls into our wingers. And then Jorginho was going into the game. I think he did very well, though, finding the front three. You know, Jorginho's always got a good pass. And this is what I like, is that we've got a deep line playmaker like Jorginho that's able to spray, you know, long diagonal balls. And then you've also got Odegaard that can also affect and create chances. You've got two types of players that can create chances. Do you know what I mean? Odegaard's great with little triangles and little through balls. Jorginho's very good with the long passing, diagonal passes from deep to spring a counter attack. And we look a lot more creative with both of them in the team. You know, then the opposition have got things to think about. Listen, Sheffield United they had nothing. They had nothing. Their fans were already leaving. Their fans was they're literally dropping, just like my mic, dropping like flies, just literally just bouncing. And this is what we need. We need different outlets, different players that offer us different things. And I think having Jorginho and Odegaard, teams now, even if they try to nullify Odegaard, you've got Jorginho that can create from deep. If you try and nullify Jorginho, you've got Odegaard that can also be a creative player and can create things for our front three. So we're not so predictable. You know, we can create goals, different types of goals. We're not always going to walk the ball into the back of the net. And that is one thing that I'm liking, that I'm seeing in this game, that it wasn't everything just walking the back of the net. There was balls over the top, long balls, hitting them on the counter, and long may that continue. Long may that continue, because we need different ways to break down teams. We need different ways to break down low blocks. Now, like I said, this team is not they're not the best team. You know, they're poised to go down and get relegated. They are the worst team in the league, in my opinion. They're the worst team in the league, and they're there for the taking. But at the same time, you still got to blitz them. You still got to put them to the sword, and that's what we did. We put them to the sword, and this team is being reactionary because Man City won 3-1 against Man United. We needed a reaction. We've got a reaction, and that is what I wanted to see. So based on today's performance, I think Jorginho and Odegaard played very well. Declan Rice, excellent. I think the way Declan Rice for me and Odegaard were the main two running the midfield. Declan Rice with the little passes, his late runs into the box as well, always give the defender something else to think about. You know, you can see him running into the box, and defenders don't know if to run with Declan Rice, because, you know, if there's a cross from Jorginho into the box, Declan Rice is a good header of the ball, or to follow him, or to stay on the attacker, to stay on Havertz, or to stay on Martinelli, or to stay on Saka. He gives defenders another reason, that's something else to think about. I don't think, like I said, I don't think he's great at long range passing, but little triangles, he's decent, and he makes late runs into the box and gets himself into good positions. As to why he got himself a goal today. Excellent from Declan Rice. Absolutely excellent from Declan Rice. And I think Declan Rice has definitely been a major revelation. Major revelation. And the good thing is all three midfielders offer something different. That is the good thing. They're not just all the same. Odegaard is a lot better in little triangles and in little tight spaces, where Jorginho is good at spraying the ball and looking for whoever's making a run on the counter. Then you've got Declan Rice that makes late runs into the box. Listen, today was a great performance. Listen, I needed this. I needed this because the last couple of watch-alongs I've done for Benfica, bro, it's been stressful. I've just been getting stressed out. You know what I'm saying? But listen, we did take our foot off the gas a little bit in the second half, and it is what it is, man. We're already 5-0 up. We went 6-0 up, and listen, it is what it is. I would have liked to have gone for more goals. I would have liked to have scored more goals, but it is what it is. I would have liked to smash these lot 10-0. We definitely, with the chances that we missed and things like that, we definitely had chances to smash these lot 10-0. 100%. I think Saliba and Gabriel was absolutely excellent, but then again, they had nothing to work with. They didn't have to do anything. This game, Arsenal had 80% possession. Sheffield had 20%. They weren't on doing anything. Do you know what I mean? Sheffield United had 4 shots total, 0 shots on target. The goalkeeper, listen, he could have been in Brazil, a tomando uma caipirinha, chilada aí na praia, because, listen, it's beach settings, bro. Get your Havanas out. It's literally chill. These men were offering nothing. These men were doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. And we made them look even worse than what they are. Listen, we absolutely bossed it. And listen, Arsenal had 22 shots, 10 shots on target. So listen, at the moment, we're definitely sourcing. We're definitely in terms of in the league, man. Listen, I think everybody was class today. There's not one player that I would give a bad mark to, a bad score. There's not one player that I think had a bad game. I think Kivior was solid. Another player I don't necessarily rate. I don't think he's the high level that we need, but he's doing a job at the moment. He's doing a job. And for this game, I have to, be honest and say, listen, Kivior's performing. He's doing very well. Doing very well. I think Ben White did very well, even when he cuts in and plays the kind of inverted role going in. I think Ben White did very well. Even at the start of the game, he was playing a lot of passes into Odegaard, into Saka. I think his passing was very good today from Ben White. I think he did very well. The goalkeeper literally had nothing to do. Literally had nothing to do. We could have had a hologram in goal. Do you know what I'm saying? We could have had the 2-pack hologram and we still wouldn't have conceded against Sheffield United because it was the easiest game. We could have had the under-21s goalkeeper today. But listen, it was absolutely saucing. Even when we made substitutions, I think you could see that Jesus, for me, looked rusty. There was times where he should have released it to Odegaard on the counter-attack. Odegaard would have been through on goal, and he holds on to it, tries to get in front of goal, and his shot is kind of central, and the goalkeeper saves it. He could have just played Odegaard through. Maybe it's rustiness in the way, the fact that, he's been injured, he's been out for a while. I just think at times his decision-making was a little bit shaky from Jesus today. I think his decision-making could have been a lot better today. I have to keep it real. But look, at the end of the day, the nice thing was the job was done. He's not coming off the bench and we're losing the game. He's coming off the bench and we're winning. We're winning. We're 6-0 up. We're cruising. We're creating loads of chances. We're doing what we need to do. So listen, ultimately, we didn't rely on Jesus to come off the bench and do anything. And this is what I've been saying. It's like, we're not relying on the bench. We're getting the job done and then taking players off to rest them so they don't get injured. Listen, we've got a lot of big games coming up. We've got Porto coming up. We've got a lot of big games coming up that we're going to need Martinelli and Saka. So I like that the manager has started to take off certain players, take off Saka in 45 minutes. 64th minute, take off Martinelli. You don't need to run them into the ground. That was something I critiqued from Arteta before. Listen, I'll give him props. Today, that is the man management I want to see. Take him off. You know what I mean? Give Fabio Vieira some games. Give Fabio Vieira some game time, because at the end of the day, when you go into the game against Porto, if we're struggling, we need a Fabio Vieira to come off the bench and maybe affect the game. If he's got a bit of game time, he's got a bit of momentum. When you're not giving him any game time, then he's going to come on cold turkey. Players build off confidence and momentum. And listen, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We're gonna need them. There's gonna be games where you're gonna need to use the bench. I've already said how I feel about the bench. I don't feel like the bench is good enough. But you're gonna need to use them because they are gonna be called upon. There's gonna be games we're gonna need to use the bench. You know what I'm saying? I.e. Porto, where we were struggling to break them down. So he needs to get a bit of game time. I didn't think Fabio Vieira was amazing when he came on. I didn't think he was trash. I think he was okay. I think he was okay. He's a player you could see that, lacks game time. Trossard came on. I think Trossard was decent. Like I said, another player that needs game time, needs momentum. When we need to play him, when we need him to come off the bench, he needs the minutes. It was good to see Thomas Partey back. Listen, this is what I want to see. Do you know what I'm saying? This is what I want to see. 65 minutes. Get Partey out. The game is already done anyway. We're already dominating the game. Get him out there. It's not a physical game. Sheffield United, they're not the most physical team. They don't really play the dark arts. Get him out there. Get him some minutes. Do you know what I mean? Because we're going to need Thomas Partey. You never know what can happen. God forbid something happens with Declan Rice. Touch wood, feel that puta. Do you know what I'm saying? You're down to using Thomas Partey. Listen, I know he's just coming back from a long injury. I want to ease him in, and this was a perfect game, perfect scenario where we're dominating the game, where they're offering nothing to bring Partey on and give him some minutes. Perfect game to bring him on. You know what I mean? Perfect game to bring on Jesus. And, when players coming back from injury, this is good. You know what I mean? The team are playing well. It's just a good environment to bring them on and give them a couple of minutes. Bringing them on, and both of them in the 65th minute. But that's what I thought. In terms of the major things that happened in the game today, Saka hitting the crossbar within the first minute. And this is what I liked. Today was the tempo. From the first minute, we were on smoking these Sheffield Filhos da Puta. We were smoking these guys from the first minute. This is the first half is exactly what I want. When people talk to me about, controlled football and controlling the game, this is how you control the game. Put the game beyond reach, go in at half-time, and you're in control. You are in control. Go out there and try to get the 6, 7. I know you can't score 5, 6, 7 goals every game, but have the intent to score goals and put teams to bed. And lately, I can't lie, we've been doing that. And Saka was unlucky not to score that and hit the crossbar. I think Ben White as well with the cross into the box to Havertz, but Havertz misses it. This is to be expected. Listen, Havertz isn't a lethal goal scorer. It is what it is. At the end of the day, what can we do? You know what I mean? It is what it is. I think Havertz could have done better there. Like I said, I do think Havertz had a good game, but there was certain instances where his lack of quality as a baller, you could see it. You know what I mean? Straight away in the first couple of minutes, Ben White with a cross, giving it to you in a plate. You need to bury that, you know? But it is what it is. Martinelli to Rice, then to Odegaard in the box, 1-0. 1-0. And this is what I'm talking about. Martinelli linking up with Rice, but Rice makes those late runs that catches defenders off guard. Them late runs in the box that literally makes defenders get bamboozled because they're marking their man and they don't know whether to stick with their current player that they're marking or to track Declan Rice. And Declan Rice finds Odegaard and Odegaard hits it and it's 1-0. And listen, that was excellent up until then. Odegaard with the shot that goes wide. Odegaard with a long pass to Martinelli, then to Saka, who gets his shot blocked. And it was just the speed of the way that we were passing the ball, the way we were moving the ball, the movement off the ball. Do you know what I mean? The intent to go forward. This is what I want to see. You know what I mean? Week in, week out. And I got to give praise. Listen, I know it weren't good enough against Porto, but in the league, you know, since they come back from Dubai, the team has been moving with purpose. I have to give them some props. And today, we did what we needed to do today. Saka takes on the fullback and shoots 2-0. And this is what I've been saying. Saka was absolutely cooking that fullback. That Filho puta was getting bem assado. Yeah? No fogão. Bem assado, bem temperado. You know what I mean? Like sope. Saka was absolutely causing their left back hell. He couldn't live with Saka. Every time Saka took him on, he couldn't live with Saka. Saka kept crossing the ball, kept going direct. And listen, he made his own luck. Saka literally left him for dust, took his soul, hit the ball, and a little bit of a deflection off of the goalkeeper, but at the end of off the defender, sorry. But you make your own luck. You create your own luck in football. Do you know what I'm saying? You create your own luck. And Saka did very, very well in that situation. And listen, long may it continue. Long may it continue. I've been asking for Saka to do that, and I'm happy that he was doing that in this game. Now, against better opposition, I need to see Saka do that even more. I need to see him taking on defenders more, one-on-one, take them on. Do you know what I'm saying? Instead of always looking for Odegaard or passing it backwards, sideways. Odegaard passed to Martinelli in the box to Kivior, who literally does a backheel no-look pass to Martinelli, shoots first time Martinelli and makes it 3-0. And this is what you can tell, you know, Kivior, he definitely got a bit of confidence. And the team, the team was sourcing today. The team were absolutely sourcing today. Absolutely sourcing. Long ball into Havertz in the box. One-on-one with the goalkeeper, but he can't control the ball. And this is what I'm saying. Jorginho put it on a plate for Havertz. Literally put it on a plate for Havertz. Long ball into Havertz in the box. All he needed to do is control it. If he controlled it, he just needs to shoot. He's one-on-one with the goalkeeper, but he can't control it. Those are the times where you see, you know, the lack of quality at times from Kai Havertz as a technical footballer. Do you know what I'm saying? Martinelli wins the ball, pass back to Havertz. Havertz shoots 4-0. And I'm going to give Havertz a bit of praise because that goal from Havertz, not only does Martinelli press the player, the Sheffield player, to win the ball, so does Havertz. Both of them press to win that ball back. He literally gets it back. Martinelli then passes it back to Havertz and Havertz shoots. And he took that goal very well. I can't lie. Havertz literally hit that perfectly. Perfectly, the way he slotted it, bottom right corner, he hit it perfectly. Well done to Havertz. Well done to Havertz. Listen, like I've always said, I have no problem giving players praise where praise is due. If you play well, if you take your chances, I'm always going to give players, you know, the same energy when I criticize them. If you play well, I'll give you the same. I'll keep the same energy that I do if you play bad. I'll give you your props where props is due. And I think Havertz took that opportunity very well. Odegaard to Saka takes on the fullback, pass to Rice in the box, 5-0. And this is what I'm saying. Martin Odegaard was the initiator of everything that went well in the first half. Most of all our play in the first half was coming through Odegaard. Odegaard was immense today. Immense today. Excellent performance by Odegaard. Excellent performance. Now, I just need this week in, week out. If Odegaard performs week in, week out like this, yeah, I have no problem saying, yes, Odegaard's a baller. He does have the ability. He does have the ability. There are just times where he doesn't show that. And it's times where it's on and off. Today was one of the days that it was on. And it was absolutely excellent today. Absolutely excellent. Excellent from Odegaard. And excellent from Saka to find Rice and Rice to get that goal. Odegaard takes on 2 players. This is what I'm saying. Odegaard taking on players. A lot of times you see Odegaard in the midfield, passes it backward sideways, doesn't take on the player. Bro, in the toward the end of the first half, I saw Odegaard pick the ball up in the box, take on 2 defenders, and then look to pass to Kivior that was free, and the defender just about got to it and kicked it out for a goal kick. Odegaard was sourcing today. Odegaard was sourcing today. Gotta keep it real. Do you know what I'm saying? Gotta keep it real. Gotta give him his props. Odegaard was sourcing today. Second half, Havertz to Fabio Vieira, cross to Martinelli, who hits it off target. Unlucky by Martinelli. Unlucky. I think he could have done better with that opportunity. Jorginho, long ball into Havertz in the box. Then a pass to Ben White, 6-0. And this is what I'm saying. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't always need to walk the ball into the back of the net. Jorginho, literally, long ball into Havertz. Havertz then pass into Ben White. Ben White scores. Well done to Ben White. Well done to Ben White, man. I think Ben White is a very consistent player. And a lot of times I don't really get onto Ben White. And Ben White deserves it, man. I think he's been in very, very good form in the last couple of games. And he deserves that goal. He deserves that goal. And yeah, well done. Do you know what I'm saying? Well done to Havertz getting a goal, getting an assist. And well done to Ben White being in the right place at the right time. Do you know what I mean? Saliba through ball to Jesus in the box. Jesus tries to cross it instead of shooting. And yeah, it goes out for a corner. And this is the decision making that Jesus, hopefully with a bit more game time, sharpens up on, where I saw that he was a little bit rusty at times with his decision making in the final third. Cross in the box, Kivior heads it wide. That was a good opportunity from Kivior. That cross into the box where Kivior's in the box, literally he was not marked. No Sheffield United player was marking him. Very unlucky not to score. And this is why I say that we could have smashed these lot 10-0. You know, chances missed by Martinelli, chances missed by Kivior, chances missed by Havertz. We could have easily smashed these lot 10-0. Do you know what I'm saying? But listen, I'll take it. 6-0 at the end of the day, 3 points is 3 points, isn't it? 3 points is 3 points. I'm still taking it. I'm still happy with the result and ultimately with the performance. You know, it's not just the result, it's the performance. You can take away things from this performance. You can take things away from this performance. So big up to the boys. Arsenal counter. Jesus should have played Odegaard through straight onto goal, but takes on the defender, then takes a shot and it's saved. And like I said already, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But listen, familia, I'm going to put the link out to anyone that wants to jump on. You already know what it is. You have to have your camera, you know what I'm saying? Have your mic on as well to have your say. And yeah, let me know if you want to jump on. Obviously, there's the link right now in the chat. And no more pucaria, bro. No more pucaria, man. Come on, man. I want to win the league, bro. I want to win the league, bro. I want to win the league, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Everybody knows that I don't like the bench. Everybody knows that I don't like the fact that this manager, up against proper opposition, doesn't have a proper way of breaking down low blocks. But at the same time, just get it over the line. Everybody knows that I want a striker. It is what it is. I've said it enough times. Just get us over the flipping line. Just win me the Premier League. I've been waiting 20 years. I haven't won the league since I was flipping 13. Estoy cansado. I want to win the league, man. I want to win the league. Do you know what I'm saying? I do not care if I'm in the mud about my opinion on the manager. I do not care about none of that. The only thing I care about is Arsenal winning major honours. That's the only thing I care about. Nothing else. I don't care about anything else. That is what I want, man. And hopefully, do you know what I'm saying? We just get it over the line, man. I just want to win the league. I just want to win the league, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And I do want to also big up the manager for the way he's setting us up defensively, because we are not conceding many shots. I think it's something like 7 odd shots in the last couple of games. We're solid defensively. We're not cracking defensively. And people said if we didn't win against Liverpool, we're out the title race. We won that game. You know what I mean? We won against Burnley. We won against West Ham. We won against these teams that we had to win to continue to be up there and be in this title race. And I have to give props to that. Now, it's all about getting over the line for me. It's still about getting over the line. End of the day, this manager does not win me a major honour. I want him out. I want him out. Get me the manager that will get us over the line, because this team is up there to compete for major honours, but we need to win. The standard is still to win the league for me. Nothing changes about that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not, bro, it's not about the journey. For me, it's about the result. It's about the end result, lifting major honours at the end of the season. So it is what it is. But the team and Arteta deserve props today. Natstar, what are you telling me, bro? What's up with your camera?
Oh, yeah. Can everyone? Yeah. All good. All good, man. Yeah, no, just smoking that Sheffield United pack. Do you know what I'm saying? Best believe that. Should have been 10, bro. I was speaking to my boy earlier, yeah. I wanted 12 tonight. I know I was a bit ambitious, but I was like, this team is fucking shit, man. Like, this was... Nah, bro. This was a joke, yeah. But you said it earlier, yeah? It's not about the journey. It's about the destination, man. I believe that, for real. This team, yeah, as long as they turn up, as long as they perform, as long as they don't do all that pookery and all of that, we can potentially get there, whether it's the league or the Champions League. But bigger things are going in, rude boy. Like, bigger tests are going to come. So, tonight I knew we were going to win. I don't think I've ever seen Kai Havertz more comfortable in my life. Freezing cold. There you go. Freezing cold. Freezing cold in the rain up at Sheffield. And look, I've been up that way, man. Like, I know how long it takes to get to Sheffield from London, man. Like, it ain't no short thing by any stretch of the imagination. So, yeah, Kai Havertz, he did what he did today. Jorginho was comfortable. Rice was comfortable. Saka, even though he only played one half, I thought he did really, really well. The only downside is probably Martinelli coming off. Do you know what I mean? With that ankle. But, I mean, like, it is what it is, man. I knew we were going to get injuries. But this is why, in January, even more so in the summer, you prepare for these kind of things. Do you know what I'm saying? What this game showed me today, was that this bench, even the players coming back, they're not at it. They're not at the level. Do you know what I'm saying? Jesus had chance after chance. Partey was sloppy. I know Partey's just come back after months and months out. I hear that. I hear all of that. But he plays like that against Porto, Jesus as well. And then you got the likes of Cedric and all of them, man. They're like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, we're in a little bit of trouble. Like, you know, if we come up against Porto again, even if we do beat Porto by a couple of goals and that, like, you got Real Madrid still in there, you got PSG still in there, Bayern Munich, I know they haven't been great, you know, and then you got like the likes of Man City as well. So, like, it's there, but I don't know, brother. I don't know. Like, it's not really huge. Not really huge amount to say, because it's just like, it's Sheffield United. We knew we were going to win anyway. It was just a question of how much. I wanted 10. You know what I'm saying? We could have broke a record tonight. Arteta could have been the only one, the one and only. Like, he could go from the best looking Spaniard we know to record breaker. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, most goals like scored in one, like in the Premier League and all that. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I mean, like, routine victory. Well, at least none of the centre backs got injured tonight. So, yeah, it is what it is, brother.
No, but listen, I hear you about Partey. He did look a bit sloppy, but then again, he's coming back from a long injury. That's why I'm not digging him out. Because listen, he just come back. Jesus as well had a bit of a knock. I think both of them were sloppy in different ways. I think Partey at times losing the ball a bit sloppily, you know, not controlling, you know, but maybe, you know, he's a bit rusty. And I'll give him, you know, the fact that he's coming back. I think Jesus as well, I agree with you. I think in front of goal, he was wasteful. Someone said I would have liked to see ESR get minutes, but I can't lie, that performance was a great performance. Listen, it would have been calm to see ESR get some minutes. I'm not convinced on the player. But then again, a game like this where you're dominating and you're so comfortable going in the second half, why not? Why not get him on? I completely hear that. Someone saying Havertz is more clinical than Jesus. Jesus couldn't finish his dinner. Listen, neither player to me are clinical. Neither player are clinical. I've never seen Havertz get 14 goals in a league season. Until he does that, or until he surpasses that in a league season, then I'm not going to say really that he's more clinical than Jesus. I think neither player are clinical. Both players miss sitters. Both players do not bury every chance that they, or not every chance, but the majority of chances that they get. Let's not forget, Jesus, Havertz has got 6 goals in 20 odd appearances. Like, he's not that clinical. There's been games where he hasn't offered anything and he's missed sitters. Do you know what I'm saying? He's definitely playing with a lot more confidence. That is what I can give him. And I think today he played a lot better than what we've seen at the start of the season. Start of the season, he was doing nothing. He was getting bullied off the ball. He wasn't running around. He wasn't linking up play properly. He was literally ghosting the game, where today I think he was actually pretty involved in the way that we were building up play. He got himself in good positions. He did take his goal very well. He got an assist. I can give him props. He's still not the type of player I like. I don't like players that are not technical. I don't like players that their best attribute are scoring goals and they don't bury as many chances as I'd like him to bury. Like I said, I think Havertz today could have had a brace, but I think he played decent. I can't say this is a dead game from Havertz today, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I mean, like, the thing is with Havertz, right? Like, to me, he's a shithouse. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know how you say shithouse in Portuguese, but like, that's exactly what he is, man. Like, you know, it's basically he's the guy that you bring on, you know, like when you've got the edge over, let's say Man City, for example. You don't start Havertz against Man City, but like at home, you bring him on. He's a nuisance. When City aren't playing at their best, you bring him on, do the job, do the basics, don't overdo it, don't overplay it. Don't be too laissez-faire, you know, too casual and all of that. Do what needs to be done. Make your presence known. What is he, like 6'4"? You know, do your thing, man. Like, get in the gym a bit more. You know, put yourself about a bit more. We know you can fly in with the boot and all of that. I want to see more of that. And if he scores more goals, great. But yeah, I just think, yeah, maybe this is his level. But at the end of the day, like, with him, it's just like, yeah, you're right. You're spot on. Like, he's not technical. Like, he ain't great. He ain't, you know, basically what Florian Fritz is at Bayer Leverkusen is what too many of these Arsenal fans think Havertz is, just a taller version. Okay, they're both German, you know, Havertz is a bit older, whatever. But it's just like, come on, man. Like, we know ballers, innit? Do you know what I'm saying? You got Fritz, you got Musiala. You know, if you want to go a bit older and obviously more seasoned, you got Bernardo Silva, you got Phil Foden now, who's like, well, he's not old, but you know what I mean? Like, he's what, 23, 24, something like that. So maybe 26, I don't know. But like, you got players like that, proper ballers. Havertz ain't anywhere near that conversation. Even Odegaard's above Havertz when it comes to that. And yeah, he was all right today as well. But it's just like, I just think if we really want to get to the heights where we want to get to this season, Prem and Champions League, for me, the only way Arteta stays for me is if he wins the Champions League, because we should have won the league last season. And we didn't. We bowled it, obviously. You know, Krychenko and all of that. Hold him bench, even though he's injured at the moment. I don't care. Keep him there, bruv. Keep him in the medical room. Innit?
He's not in the team. We're relatively more solid. Is anyone surprised?
We got Kivior, bruv. We got Kivior holding it down. His missus is more famous than him, I swear. Come on, man.
It's
like,
crazy.
And then we got like Timber. I don't know if he's going to come back this season, but then you got Tomiyasu. Like, but look, it is what it is, man. Like, we got what, Brentford on Saturday. We have to win that game, though. We have to win that game.
Raya can't play that game, innit?
Oh yeah.
But we should be all right with Ramsdale, though. We should be all right, and he should be hungry to get his number one position back. So if he can't give me a clean sheet against Brentford, yeah, well, then again, they have got Tony, but yeah, but I'm still expecting a clean sheet, bro. We're defending really, really well. So, you know, if you keep defending like that, I'm expecting that. Hopefully Martinelli's okay, because we're getting back our squad. Our bench was stacked today. They need to be match fit and get their confidence up on the bench, but give us more options going forward. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm kind of sick and tired of repeating that our bench ain't good enough and stuff like that. Listen, the bench just need to do their job, innit? come on the pitch and put in a performance. You know, we know we got players coming back, and I completely agree with this comment. We know that. I hope Martinelli is okay as well. Listen, the transfer window's over. We already know how we stood. I've already mentioned it loads of times. I think we all agree the bench ain't good enough, but they need to do a job. And there is going to come games where we're going to need to rely on the bench. So that bench need a bit of confidence, and I agree. They need more minutes, and I'm glad that Arteta made early substitutions. Get Saka off, get Martinelli off, get these players off. Because when you're looking at that bench and you're looking at the other option, apart from Trossard, it's looking stinky. You know what I mean? It's looking real stinky. And if something else happens, God forbid, to Jesus, we're back to Eddie and Ketia playing up front.
And Fabio Vieira. Fabio Vieira was poor, man. He was so poor. 85 million in La Basura.
I want to get Ozzy's take. Ozzy, what do you make of today, bro? You happy?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of to be expected. You can't get too excited. You know what I mean? It's one of them, like, Sheffield are shit, man. Come on. Like, they've conceded the most goals in the Premier League. They're probably going to break the record for that this season. So, yeah, at least you could, like, know going into a game you're going to watch and just be relaxed. You're not going to be nervous or I think, oh, shit, here we go again sort of thing. Like, the positive thing was, I'd say, just like whitewashing them in the first half and then getting players on. It was good to see like Partey and Jesus come back on, even though they look rusty, but that's understandable. Yeah, for me, I just hope Martinelli's like not out on a long-term injury. But do you know what? I don't mind it as such, because you know what? At least you got someone like Trossard to play, and I want Trossard playing, to be honest. So in that sense, like, it doesn't worry me too much if he's out for a couple of weeks. It's better than having someone else out, to be honest. But like you say, apart from having Jesus and Partey on the bench now, which is good, and Trossard, the bench still stinks for me. Fabio Vieira, I don't know. For me, it's like, I want to see him play 10, 15 games in a run and see what he could do. But to me, I still don't think he's the quality. But then he hasn't played consistently enough to kind of say, you can either say yes or no. I think a lot of people still are on the fence for Fabio Vieira, to be honest, because when has he ever played like consecutively like 5 games in a row or 10 games in a row, and you can say, do you know what, he's what, scored 1 goal in 10 games? Yeah, he's not it. I mean, him. I don't know why he was taking corners in the second half, because his crossing is fucking dog shit, to be honest. I swear to God, bro. I swear I could cross better than him, man. And I ain't played ball for about 4 years, man.
Bro, the only one that can cross the ball in this flipping team is Rice, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, from that side, when it comes to crossing, it's just like, what the hell is going on? But yeah, 6-0, clean sheet. Thomas Partey and Jesus are back, which is a good thing. Yeah, on to Brentford.
No, I hear that. Listen, I want to ask you two, before we go to Welsh Gunner, sorry. What do you, man, make of, look, a lot of people in the chat, big up to everyone in the chat, big up to everyone that's smashing the like button, big up to everybody that's locked in and always supporting. What are you, man, thinking about the chat saying that they're ready to get rid of Jesus? Are you, man, ready to get rid of Jesus?
I'd rather get rid of Havertz than Jesus, to be honest. But Havertz is just come in, so, and he's gonna pay you 50, 60 million to be like, do you know what, we'll take him. Unless he goes on still a mad run of scoring goals, which I hope he does, but for me, I just don't like having him in the team. He doesn't justify his place in the team. I think Jesus offers more regardless of whether he scores or not.
What you talking about in the starting lineup?
Yeah.
The thing is, yeah, this is why I still pick Jesus, yeah, over Havertz, yeah. The problem is, yeah, people are talking about Havertz because he scored today, yeah. Let's not forget, this guy is not a gunman. How many games this season did he miss sitters and we were frustrated with him? How many games were we saying, what is he bringing to the team? I think sometimes as fans, we have like the recency bias. Oh, he's performing now. He's performing now. But let's not forget, yeah, if he doesn't score, what does he bring you? Because he ain't a good passer, because that's why we've moved him from midfield to playing as a striker. Yeah, he's not going to press because he's not great at pressing. He's not. Yeah, he's not fast. I think Jesus is faster than him. He's not a technical baller. Do you know what I'm saying? So people are saying, oh, look at the movement that he does off the ball. But I actually think Jesus does more off the ball than he does. And ultimately, I think Jesus offers more. Because if Jesus ain't scoring, he's still assisting for the front three. I'm not taking away from Havertz's performance today. I don't like the player. I don't like players that are not technical ballers. Like, I don't like it, innit? But at the same time, it's like, I don't understand how Havertz all of a sudden scoring 6 goals in 20 odd appearances is now more favored than Jesus. Neither player is the end result. But when you're talking about as an upfront player, Jesus still offers you more. Whereas Havertz will offer you 0 if he doesn't get on the goal scoring sheet. So that's why, to me, bro, like, I'll still go with Jesus, bro. I still feel like even people are saying, oh, Jesus can play as a winger. He can play as a winger. Can Havertz play as a winger? No, he can't. Like, literally, you can only put Havertz up front. That's it. You can't play him in any other position. And if he ain't scoring, he ain't really offering you much. He played well today, but we're playing against Sheffield United. And I don't want to turn it into a negative, but we ain't playing Sheffield United every week. Do you know what I'm saying? So
nah, man. Like... Nah. All I'll say very quick is just like, yeah, I agree. I think Jesus out wide, I think that's his position because he ain't a gun man. And to be honest, for me personally, even though he's got good technical fundamentals, I like him. But, you know, if you're not able to finish, and also he's not able to play the false 9 role, even Laka could do better. You know, even Laka did do better, you know, in that role. Like, for me, like, I'd rather get rid of Havertz than Jesus, obviously. But at the same time, it's just like neither one of them should really be here for that much longer anyway. We can get better. Like, if we got rid of Jesus in the summer and get rid of the King of Zamunda and that and bring in Ivan Toney, yeah, on a real, yeah, I'll take that all day. And then we could use that other money to get like a Pedro Neto. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, you have Pedro Neto, you got you bring in Ivan Toney, and then you still got Martinelli, you still got Saka. Get rid of Reece Nelson, get another winger. Even Lozano would be better as a backup than bloody Reece Nelson and that. So there are options in the summer. Again, we should have done this earlier in the summer, even in January. But again, profit and sustainability and all of that. You know what I mean? It's just like the same old pookeria, man. Same old pookeria,
I hear you. Listen, I hear you. Listen, Welsh Schooner, welcome to the show. I think it's your first time on the show. What do you make of today's performance, bro?
I thought it was all right. I'd like to say that it is all right. I expect us to be slapping Sheffield United in quite frankness. I mean, minus 44 goal difference going into the game. I mean, you should be slapping a team like them up. So yeah, I thought it was good, a good performance. I thought maybe we could have been a bit more clinical. I think if you took out Havertz and put in, say, like Ivan Toney in there, I think we could have got a few more goals. If I'm honest, but yeah, I thought it was a good performance. I'm just kind of wondering though, how are we going to fare against in like the really in the tougher tests, like against Brentford, against Manchester, against Man City. Like, how are we going to fare against them? We've done well in these past few results, but I think those games are gonna be the ones where we're gonna find out if we've got what it takes to win the league. And I'd just want to say, massive fan of your content, Northside. You speak facts, man. It's an honor to be on your show. And we've gone 20 years without a league title. It now is more important than ever for us to win a trophy at last. And I think if we don't win a trophy, then I think Arteta should leave. And I think Edu should leave as well. We've spent over 600 million. Big fan of Lee Gunner as well. Another guy who speaks absolute facts. We've spent over 600 odd million on this squad. We've spent up to City's level. We've on like wage bill and transfers, and I think this is the year for no more excuses, no more. Arsenal can't compete with Man City. We can compete with Man City. We've spent the level of money that they've spent, and I don't think there's any more excuses for us not to go on and win this league now.
No, I hear that, man. No, I hear that. No, love for jumping on. I agree with you, bro, because this is the thing, yeah? And a lot of Arsenal fans, you already know how it is. When we win a game, you can't bring up anything. Any deficiencies in the team, anything you don't like. But in this channel, I'll say whatever, and you guys will say whatever the hell you want. Even if you disagree with me. Because at the end of the day, this channel is not about, oh, you have to agree with what Northside says. I'm a fan. I got my opinion. You may agree with me. You may disagree with me. The chat sometimes disagree with my opinion. That's fine. Do you know what I'm saying? This isn't, oh, everybody must fall in life. This ain't North Korea. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we'll agree on some things. We may disagree on other things. That's fine. I don't mind someone disagreeing with me as long as we disagree and we actually have a chat instead of name calling. But at the same time, you bring up an excellent point. Like we just said, if Odegaard isn't performing, you got Fabio Vieira coming off the bench. Is that good enough? Because nobody's impressed with his performance. I've seen the chat. No one was impressed. I wasn't that impressed. Do you know what I'm saying? People are talking about, oh, Havertz, and we've been underwhelmed at the time that he's been at Arsenal, even though he played well today. Well, coming off the bench, if Havertz is starting up front, is Jesus, which is a player that people are saying isn't clinical, which is what we've been saying the whole time he's been here. That's what's coming off the bench. Yeah. And then you got Thomas Partey, that I do think is a very good player, but has been injury prone at the time he's been at Arsenal in comparison to his time at Atleti. You know what I'm saying? But I do think he's a good player. Then we've got Cedric coming off, a Cedric that we tried to flog over to Fulham for £20 million. I mean, the price tag shows you the value. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, he's going for £20 million when he's supposed to be in his prime years. The guy's like, what, 29, 28, 29, 30? Do you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, you got Trossard, but at the end of the day, Trossard can't do it all. Do you know what I'm saying? Trossard is expected to play as a winger and a striker. This is what you've got coming off the bench. That's what we've got. That is a reality. And then if you go even worse than that, then you've got your Reece Nelsons, Nketiahs, Emil Smith-Rowe, all these players that they've never pushed to be in the starting lineup. So it's real. Every time against Porto, we needed the bench. The bench was ineffective. When we've been winning our games, it was despite of the bench, not because of the bench. The bench have not affected the games. Even in games that were blitzing Burnley, Newcastle, but blitzing Liverpool, even games where we're dominating and we're the better team, this bench is still unable to come off the bench in a game that we're dominating and score goals and be effective.
And,
so,
yeah,
sorry. Go on. Go on.
It's like there's a blueprint that teams can employ against us. Low block, hit us very easily on the break. It's just that's how you kind of set up to play against us, and you can get too much joy there. And I have to, yeah, and like I couldn't agree more with you. Like, yeah, I wasn't that impressed with Fabio Vieira. I'm not tremendously impressed by him at all. Like, how many assists has he got this season so far? I think it's about what, 3, maybe 4, something like that. Like, if like if Odegaard is goes missing in games, like he goes missing in too many big big games, especially. Like, if he goes missing, what are we gonna do? Who's gonna create those opportunities for us? You know?
No, I hear that, bro. I hear that. Listen, Strasbourg Steve, bro, what are you telling me? The Newcastle fan, Newcastle and Benfica fan. What do you make of this game as a neutral?
Yeah, no. So I watched. I got multiple screens. I was mainly watching the Inter game. Probably because your game was done by what, the 5th minute, basically. But yeah, credit to you guys. I thought you'd win. Like, I think 4-0 was my prediction, but you went in there, completely smashed them. Like, done by halftime. Just take care of business, and yeah, well done. I mean, like, there are obviously, yeah, definitely some complaints. But like, yeah, job done. Y'all are you're a very, very good side. It's all about, can you keep this up? Because like all these goals, and talking about unsustainable, it's not even a sustainability thing. It's probably just unlikely that you're gonna score 4, 5, 6 in every single game. So I'm gonna be interested to see like if that goes down, if it dips down a little bit. But I mean, while you're in it, you've got to take advantage. The goal difference in the goals scored is going to be huge if you guys are still in it towards those final days. It's going to be massive. I think do you guys have the best attack in the league now? It's getting ridiculous. Like, but yeah, fair play. Yeah, you did. You guys did a phenomenal job. What's up with Saka, by the way? Did he get subbed off because of injury, or was it just precautionary, or was it that the game was done? Or?
Apparently, he was feeling sick.
Oh, is it? Is that what it said?
That's what Arteta said. Like afterwards, he said that Saka was feeling a bit unwell. That's why we took him.
He still played a good game. He still played a really decent game. So, look, yeah, fair play. You've still got you're on the winning run. You gotta keep it going. You're always gonna, decimate these guys. For me, I just like the league needs to go to 18 teams. Let's be real. It needs to go to 18 teams. Because, like, these games are just, like, pointless. Because Sheffield United, they're going to concede at least 3 goals in all their games left. It's highly unlikely that they win a game. It's highly unlikely they even draw. It's highly likely they lose by, like, 1 or 2 goals. It's like, for me, I just, like, bro, you got to get But the Premier League would never do that because it's less money. It's less money. They would never do an 18-team league, even though the quality of football, it's more condensed. All the quality players, it's what's it called? Just kind of condenses, because like these teams have no business being in the Prem. The Championship, bro. There's one point in the first half where it's like, I don't think they touched the ball for like 5 minutes. I'm not even joking. They did not touch the football for 5 minutes. How is a top division team playing another top division team and you can't touch the ball in 5 minutes? That's wild. And it's because you guys were playing good, but they were just chasing shadows. It's crazy.
I hear that. I think the only thing is, yeah, it'd be harsh on the Championship teams because we know that they get into heavy debt trying to get promoted and trying to go up. And teams like Luton, it's like, how are teams like that going to go up? Luton don't have a big stadium. Luton don't generate loads and loads of money. And even big teams that go down. Big teams that go down are near bankruptcy. A lot of them as well. A lot of teams that have been down there, especially if teams like QPR and that have been down there for a long time, are heavily in debt. So if you minimize the amount of teams that can go up, then how many teams are we going to see get folded? Do you know what I'm saying? Because
that's true. You see that in France. You see that in France and Germany, which are the 18-team leagues. They do have the relegation playoff spot, which is where the third worst team plays the third best team from the second division. Maybe you could, and that could replace the playoff final or be, mix it in with the playoffs somehow. But yeah, for me, like in terms of quality, I just think like all the leagues should be 18 teams, all these top leagues. Because for me, that's what the Bundesliga for all these years, I think, has gotten so spot on. You can say what you want about Bayern winning the league over and over again, and some people don't think the quality of the league is great. I think it's actually like very competitive, top to bottom, usually in the Bundesliga. And for me, watching Liga a lot, the competitiveness was already pretty high in France. Again, not just looking at the champion, but at the others. You got to say, like, for me, it improves it. But like I said, it'll never happen because, like you said, Northside, I didn't even think about that. Like the fact that only 2 teams could come up and maybe one, but they would have to beat the 13th worst or the 3rd worst Premier League team. And you'd probably favor the Premier League team, even if they're a crap one. But yeah, they would never do it, the Prem, because it's less money. It's less money.
Because even Luton, even like for Luton to go down, they've already, in terms of, look, at the end of the day, the metric for football is winning honors, is 100%. Winning medals, But they look at their stadium. The only way they can fund their stadium is the fact that they come up. You know what I mean? But for them to have the infrastructure and to be able to grow in revenue and spend more, they need to go up to update the stadium, to update certain things. That when they try to come back up, they already got finances as well. So it's one of them ones, man. Do you know what I mean? Remember, like Brentford, like years and years ago, were like small team. Do you know what I'm saying?
League One. Yeah.
So I'm saying, and look at what's happening with them having that Premier League revenue, even if it's for a year. Like I said, for me, it doesn't mean it's success, but I see that, a lot of these teams have got a lot of debt to pay off. They come off and they're already in debt. People think, 100 million pounds, but how much are they in debt? You know what I'm saying? So
the revenue, bro, their revenue is not at the level of Arsenal and stuff. 100 million is a lot of money to them. A lot of money, especially for one player. If Brentford get that, like they will be set for a few years and they can, invest in other areas of the club or the stadium or maybe the community or whatever the hell. But yeah, I just think like games like tonight, we all knew Arsenal were going to win by multiple goals. And for me, that's the thing about the Premier League that everybody talks about. It's so competitive. Anyone could beat anyone on any given day. And it's like, well, we're seeing that kind of fade out. And again, you guys are a really, really good team. Man City are a really, really good team. They're going to dispatch even better teams. You guys have. You made Newcastle look like a championship team. Let's be real. We had
Luton have given teams a run for their money.
100%.
They've been a team that's actually gone for it. I mean, we just Declan Rice last minute. So do you know what I mean? Won it for us. We almost drew that game. So they've been a team that's gone for it. I guess there are some, but there's always one that's a whipping boy, innit? And that's Sheffield United. I mean, they shouldn't have sold their best 2 players in the first place.
And Berge, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, how do you expect to compete when you're getting rid of your best 2? Like, you may have not even survived even with them. So it's like, it's kind of crazy.
They had a lot of financial problems coming up. Sheffield United too, with their the Saudi prince owner or whatever. That a lot of their fans were like, how the hell did we even get promoted? And now it's a problem that we got promoted. So yeah, it's a lot of issues. But no, I mean, back to the game, like, yeah, y'all were just, very, very good. Expected you to do that. You're still scoring goals regularly. It's just going to be very, very interesting when you play Porto. Can you smack them around like you have to these teams? That's a test, because me and you both, Northside, we know what that Porto team is capable of, man. And they've woken up recently. They have woken up recently, and they started to smash in goals, of course, versus Benfica. But that's going to be really interesting. Like, if you put up huge number, if you put up 4 or 5 goals on Porto, that has to be respected. Some people will say, oh, it's a Farmers League and this and that, and people have complete amnesia to what happened in the first leg. They'll be like, oh, Porto were lucky, this and that. It's like, no, y'all beat a really quality team. Maybe they were underperforming at one point, of course, but if you smash 4 or 5 or even 3 past them, it's very, very impressive, extremely impressive. But some people be like, oh, Arsenal were always going to win it. So, but yeah, I mean, business as usual for you guys. Fair play.
Listen, before I get everybody's man of the match, this one here, give Arteta credit. He's changing the club positively. I don't know if you've just joined, but I've actually been positive the whole flipping stream. So maybe rewind it back to the start. I know you've got this image of me that I'm toxic and negative, but I have no problem giving props to if players play well for a game, I will say for that game they played well. Yeah. So at the end of the day, you're telling me that Arteta's changing the club. Arteta's got us back to where we was under Arsene Wenger.
Yeah.
That is where he's got us back to. But this is the problem. He still needs to get me over the line. So yes, Arteta has praise from me. The fact that you've built a team now that can actually challenge for the league. You deserve some praise for that. You've now instilled that we're not as soft belly as we used to be. Because in campaigns before, every time it was a pressure game, we'll drop points. Every time our nearest rivals would pick up points, we would drop points. Where we've seen Liverpool pick up points, Man City pick up points, we've come here again and done what we needed to do. I know it's Sheffield, but we did it against Liverpool. Yeah? So, okay, you get some props. But listen, we still haven't addressed our two Achilles heels, which is the bench and the striker, which is always going to be two lingering things that can always bite us in the ass. And it bit us in the ass against Porto. Porto, a team that's not even nowhere near a favourite to even win the competition. So let's just keep it into perspective. I can give praise for a game, but at the same time, the problem is people that put these kind of comments, they want us to say, amazing. Oh, we start. No. He has not yet delivered me a major honor. So the level of praise you want me to give him will not be given until I see that trophy on the table. Until I see that, I ain't gonna say, oh yeah, he's amazing. Nah, not until then. But I can say, when I see a performance that matches the result and a game that we dominated and played well, and took our chances and played proper football, I can give praise. Why does it always have to be this over-the-top thing with Arsenal fans?
Black or white. It's either black or white. It's either amazing, best of all time, greatest Premier League manager ever, or flop, bust, worst ever, this, worst ever. It's like, bro, there's a middle ground. There's black and there's white and there's a lot of gray. There's a lot of gray.
It's all right, man. It's all right. You know, people like that, they already made up their mind. They think I'm toxic and negative. Listen, if they know that I'm toxic and negative, why come on my stream? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't force you to click on it. But anyway, listen, let's get into everyone's man of the match before we wrap up. Ozzy, we'll start with you. Who's your man of the match today, bro?
For me, it was Odegaard. He was like pivotal in almost like every goal we scored.
That's fair.
Who would you say would come second?
Martinelli, probably, for me. Even though it wasn't a full game. But
Martinelli,
I don't think anyone else reached the levels that Odegaard did, though, to be honest.
Yeah. Everybody else is kind of near about same level.
Yeah,
I'd say Odegaard. Jorginho, he did well today. There wasn't a huge amount to do, but again, it was a perfect game for everyone. Havertz especially, but like everyone on that pitch, even the ones that came on, other than probably Fabio Vieira, Jesus, and Partey, you can tell they're nowhere near match fit, match sharp, and all of that. Like, and the game was done by half time, even before half time. Like you said, Steve, it was like 5 minutes. I knew we were going to slap the shit out of them. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I wanted 10. Like I said earlier, I wanted 10. Break a record. Arteta could tell his grandkids and all of that. Cool. But yeah, I don't think there was anyone better than Odegaard today as a whole. I think, he was trying to get things moving, even when the period that we only scored like one goal in the second half, which I was a bit disappointed with. But look, it is what it is, man. Bring on Brentford, and then we got, I think it's Porto and then Man City, or Man City and then Porto. Either way, but the Porto's the main one. If we lose to Porto, even if we don't lose the game, but we're out, like we lose in extra time or we lose on penalties like we did last year against Sporting, because too many Arsenal fans are having short memories, you know, like bit of dementia and all of that, amnesia. So, yeah, man, like I want that Champions League, bruv. I'm sick and tired of Chelsea fans saying, oh, yeah, like things you'll never see, yeah? Relegation, how about that next season, yeah? Best believe that. Like, I want Champions League, you know, and if Chelsea get relegated as well, that would be great as well. But yeah, I just want our team to win, man. That's all it is. That's the bottom line. Point blank, period.
No, I hear that, bro. I hear that. Steve, who's your man of the match for Arsenal today, bro?
Yeah, definitely thought Odegaard was a standout. Ben White, honorable mention too. I thought I saw him overlapping a lot today. Obviously got the goal. Nicely taking strike to the left corner. Very nice goal. I thought Ben White definitely honorable mention. And Havertz, to be honest. I agree with you, Northside. I don't rate Havertz. I wouldn't take Havertz at Newcastle. But
yeah, you're gonna upset the top gooners. All these foolish stuff are gonna start crying now. Oh, he wouldn't take at Newcastle. Yeah, I hope Newcastle.
Well, I have a man named Alexander Isak. I wouldn't take many over him.
He could be a backup, man. He could be a backup.
I guess he's more available than Wilson, but even Wilson bags more goals than him.
Isak's a baller, man. Isak's a baller.
Yeah.
I rate him. Trust me.
Do you remember when top gooners are thinking that they're tracking his car, his number plate?
Yeah, the Rolls Royce.
That's wild. And Bruno G. And Bruno
was
G.
funny.
You got to link with him too. But yeah, I'd say for me, probably. I mean, Martinelli is very good, very, very good. Is he like injured? What's up with him? Because he got subbed off too, right?
I don't know. Ozzy, did you hear anything about that?
I don't know. Arteta said he got a cut on his leg to be assessed.
A cut on his leg.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Like a stab wound?
And I think he got treaded on or something.
We know where
it was
this
an
one's
impact
going, boys.
injury. Impact injury.
Bro, Maradona
assessed.
used to get stomped out, bro. Like his WWE Royal Rumble. He used to get sweet chin.
But you know what these players are like nowadays, man. They're all fairy boys, bro.
This guy, bro. Get the magic sponge out, man. You know what I'm saying?
Injections and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like witch doctors, bring them all out, yeah? Bring them all out to be assessed, yeah?
Bro, players back in the day didn't even wear shin pads, man.
So I'm saying, man, these men are soft youths, man. And he's from Brazil as well. He's used to running in the favelas, gunshots,
yeah,
bro.
Exactly.
GTA Online. You know what I mean? GTA Online, bro. This guy's used to real life GTA. One little cut, you're coming off. Get out of here, man. You know what I mean? How did you survive in the favelas in Brazil? Come on, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's only a little cut. Like, I thought he'd like sprained something or something. I don't know, man. These men are soft, innit? But it is what it is, man. Listen, at least we got the win. At least we were still up there in the title race. And yeah, man, listen. It is what it is, man. Listen, all these soft Arsenal fans are still going to complain. My thumbnail, I'm smiling. The title is a positive title. They're still going to complain, innit? You can never make them happy, innit? Once they think you're toxic and negative, they're still going to flipping complain. But it is what it is. Big up to Ozzy. Big up to Natstar. Steve, big up, bro. We're going to do the watch along for Benfica, yeah? Thursday, yeah?
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
We'll do the thing. People, make sure you go like and subscribe as well to Strasbourg Steve as well, his channel. Every time we do the watch along, we're going to put the link to his channel in the description. Let's get him to 1K. You know what I mean? Support the real ones. You know what I mean? Support the real ones, man. You know what I mean? Because me doing a watch along on my own, it's jarring. It's jarring, man. You know what I mean? Like 2 hours of me just talking to myself, bro. Drive myself.
Hey, I use it as play-by-play commentary. That's how I look at it. That's how I do my watch alongs. Get some good interaction too from the comments. I feel you. It is always good to do with someone.
Yeah, it's long. I can't lie. But listen, familia, make sure you're liking and subscribing, hitting the bell notification. You already know tomorrow, if I see any top gooners getting out of line and starting to predict stupidness, you know they're going to get cooked. On my lunch break, I'll be clipping them up. Yeah. So it is what it is, man. Lunch break is the time to be scouting. You know what I mean?
The video you done earlier was funny, man. The one that you cooked the Man United was, bro. That was jokes, bro. But what was that? Some Korean guy or something, bro, you had, bro. The man was ripping his flipping giraffe toys and pouring water.
Losing his mind, man.
These jokes. I don't even know what his channel is, bro. But yeah,
that was hilarious, man.
Yeah,
and then he flag kicked his cousin or something.
Nah, it is what
Hey,
it
you
is,
lot
man.
need to watch that. If you watch the video that Northside put out earlier, cooking these Man United fans, yeah, go and watch it. I'm telling you, it's hilarious.
Saeed's a joker, man. Twanzebe and all of that, like
Curtains on the wall.
Oh no!
Do you know why? Yeah? Do you know why? Yeah? No, pick up
And then he
Saeed, yeah?
starts
No,
crying
Saeed,
at the end.
yeah, every time I do a show with him, yeah, he's always like, "Oh, I'm laughing at your match reaction." Like every time Arsenal lose, he's like, "Oh, it's hilarious. You just lose it and all that." I'm like, "Okay, no worries, man. You laugh at my pain, I laugh at yours, innit?" You know what I'm saying?
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
Best believe, man.
Rashid, don't go anywhere. You're still shit.
You know what I mean? Man United, when you must, but you didn't must. You know what I'm saying?
These man were like having boners and shit. That shit. But my man ain't scored since, bruv. God knows when. Nice all that shit.
Like one goal all of a sudden justifies his 350 a week. It's a joke. That guy's still a
but Northside, he saved the children. He fed the kids. Come on,
bro was on a UNICEF mission. Just go play for Barca if you on the UNICEF. If you're a UNICEF merchant, come on, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, I can send him the Oxfam application, bro. He can work at one of the charity shops. We want to give back to the community, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm sure there's enough forms going around, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? There's enough nitties in King's Cross. Why don't you go work over there? There's enough nitties out on the street, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Winter's cold.
What did he put out recently? A book or an article or something about how he used to take 4 buses to trainings or some shit.
Allow it, man. Allow it.
Come on.
My mum in Angola had to go feed the pigs, bro, and walk. There was no bus. How about that? Do you know what I'm saying? I'm be dodging flipping landmines. You know what I mean? From when the country tried to be independent. Allow me with all of that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to foreigners about what you went through, bro. Do you know what our parents went through? Allow it. You know what I'm saying?
He should know better as well, bro. He should know better.
Yeah,
like, either way,
bro.
Where's the self-awareness, man? Come on,
bro,
man.
This is what I say to Rash. If I was a United fan, I said, bro, I remember we were so poor, yeah, we didn't have money for gloves, yeah. You used to put socks in our hands, bro. Socks, bro, and walk to school like that. And the school shoes, yeah, it's opening up. You know when it opens up at the front and it starts talking to you? Do you know what I'm saying? Your foot getting wet and it's wet for the whole day. You take it off and your toes have got wrinkles on it because it's been soaked, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Looks like you got athlete's foot. Don't talk to me about catching the bus. I don't care. I remember we didn't even have money for the bus. I remember the old flipping before they had the Oyster card. Yeah, they used to have the bus card. Yeah, I remember turning the 6 into an 8, bro. What are you talking about? Because I didn't have money to flipping get a new pass.
And them ones when you do this, bro. Like,
yeah.
Okay, man.
Yeah, there was there, bro. You get on the bus, you go.
Do you know what I mean?
Bro, the thing's back from 1990 and shit, bro.
Do you remember in school, yeah, in the Oyster card in the UK, yeah, you'd have the free travel if you got your card on it, yeah? Man's past 16, yeah, and I'm still using the child travel card. Don't talk to me about you catching the bus, bro. You know what I mean? My biggest worry is getting kicked off the bus. You know what I'm saying? Bro, come on, man. It is what it is. But listen, family, big up to everyone. You know what I mean? And listen, without further ado, we're out, Kadamba. Love.